A calibration curve is a method of comparing a sample of an unknown value to samples of known value by graphing the data and creating a linear relationship between the independent and dependent variables. The independent variable is what is being changed and controlled and is graphed along the x-axis. The dependent variable is what is being measured relative to the controlled changes being made and is graphed along the y-axis. Each data point is a sample of the known value. To create a curve, first enter your data points. The independent variables go in column A, and the dependent variables go in column B. Next, create a scatter plot. Do this by selecting your data, and then click the Insert tab at the top left-hand corner of the screen. In the Charts box, select the graph where no points are connected. Then, select the graph that looks the same in the drop-down menu. To add the computer-generated curve to the graph, left-click on one of the points. This will select them all. Then, right-click on the point. A menu will appear. Choose Add Trend Line. Select Linear for the type of graph, then scroll down and check off Display Equation and Display R-squared value at the bottom of the Options menu. Close the sidebar. The R-squared value indicates the reliability of the curve generated by the computer. Because the curve we made has an R-squared value of 0.947, which is close to 1, we know that the curve is very reliable. This curve has an R-squared value of 0.685. This trend line, therefore, is not as reliable of a predictor of the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. We can also tell because the data points are all much farther away from the line than they were on the other, more reliable chart. Click on the graph and select it. At the top of the screen, two tabs will appear that are grouped under Chart Tools. Select Design. Click Add Chart Element, followed by Chart Title. Then choose Above Chart. You can now click inside the text box that appears and title your graph. Follow the same steps before to get to the Design tab and choose Add Chart Element again. Click Axis Title, then choose Primary Horizontal. You can now click inside the text box that appears and enter the axis title for the independent variable. To label the other axis, follow the same steps. Under the Axis Title menu, select Primary Vertical. You can now click inside the text box and enter the axis title for the dependent variable. And the curve is complete.